everyone. Thank you for joining our episode. We are we are very excited for having you part of this very special episode. We are currently at episode 97 for the podcast. So yes. But before we get started, let us for those that may or may not know us, let us introduce ourselves. First, I'm Dana. I am the yin to her yang. Uh, and for those that may or may not know me, I am a uh, cosplay event and con staff photographer for cons such as Dragon Con, Anime Week in Atlanta, MomoCon, and you've even seen my photos with DC Comics. I'm also a voice actor, event planner, and a whole lot more. But now I'm going to hand it over to the founder of the show, the Renaissance woman of our time, like I said, the yin to my yang, the lovely, the wonderful Moana.
Aloha, everyone. Welcome to another week. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Moana, founder of the podcast, author of the Adventures of Nakoa and Nohea children's book series, editor for the Wild Card Chronicles comic book series, and BIPOC advocate and champion. And we're excited to be here for episode 97
Yes.
with our very special guest. So before we bring him on, I'm going to hand it right back over to Dana, and she'll, share a little bit about our guest and the special treat that we have in store for you guys tonight.
Yes, we are very excited. Our guest today, Leo, better known as Ichiro Ink, is an illustrator residing in Atlanta, Georgia. He does hand-drawn shoe art on canvas style shoes. Art has always been very important to him. He got his name, Ichiro, which means first son, ink, because of the Copic markers to create his art. He does, like I mentioned, hand-drawn shoe art on canvas style shoes, and art has always been very important to him. Dating back to a young age, he would draw various created characters based off of his likes and interests in anime and video games. He started to do shoe art in April of 2019. After meeting and networking with so many wonderful people, he continued to grow into the artist he wanted to become. He truly loves the opportunity for everyone to be able to purchase, display, and or wear his artwork. To him, living his dream is the true meaning to success. And now we want to bring front of stage our very special guest, Leo from Ichiro's Ink. Hello, Leo. Oh, you're on mute.
Muted. It's all good.
Oh. I am so sorry. I was like, huh? What?
It happens.
I was like, I am so sorry.
That's all right.
How's everybody doing today?
Good. We're so glad to have you a part of the show. For a lot of people who are familiar with it, they have seen you at cons in Atlanta, like Anime Week in Atlanta. Seen your artwork being displayed on various social media groups on Facebook and more. So we are very excited to have you a part of our show today. And as a extra special treat, as many of you all know, we have our interviews and stuff, but because of his special talent, he is going to be working on a pair of shoes while we're talking to him. So while you're watching, he's going to switch his screen. You're going to be watching the actual him working on shoe. He's already done the outline as we were talking to him earlier, and he is getting ready to go with this. So definitely, we're very excited to see that. Look, anybody who is a fan of this particular show, you know who this character is. So I can hear the scream.
I know, right?
I know there's several cosplayers that have done cosplays of this particular character. So I know all of you are probably loving what you're seeing so far. So we're very excited. So I am very, like I said, we're very excited that he's a part of our show. So we're looking forward to you learning more about him and all the things that he is doing right now. So we're going to kick it off for any of our guests coming on our show. We like to start the episode with the Pico or the origin story. So
Okay.
tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and a fun fact about your hometown.
Okay. Well, of course, my name is Leo. My original name is Leonardo. Uh, Oddly enough, I actually used to be. My former artist name was Da Vinci Ink. To play on the name Leonardo da Vinci. But I decided to change it to make it a little more family oriented. Because my family really does help me a lot in regards to different ideas and things like that. And me being my mom's first son, it just made sense. So, but nonetheless, though, originally from Atlanta, like I said before, and oh man, a fun fact about Atlanta. Oh my, there's a whole lot. Let me see. I would probably say, I'm gonna be honest. Out of everywhere I've lived, this is probably the best place to get wings. Not hands down, bar none. I hate to say it, like it's probably the best place to get wings, and the art scene is really awesome. Definitely. So
Yes, that's very true. As far as the art scene, like
yes.
I've only been there a couple of times, but
Mhm.
just following the community, it's definitely a strong, loyal base there for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really cool. Like especially with the Edgewood area. Like there's a lot of prominent artists here that are really making some stakes in what they're doing here. So I love it. It's really great.
That's cool. So, tell us a little bit about like how did your passion for art begin, and like was there a particular person who inspired your love of art?
Yeah, it was actually my brother. My brother he's actually a teacher now at he's actually an art teacher at University of North Carolina at Asheville, and he actually was my inspiration. I always wanted to be like him. He's more of an abstract artist, but he definitely was the kind of like the driving point. I was like, oh, I want to be like him. I want to be like my brother. And like I used to see his artwork all the time, and I was like, man, he's awesome. And I was like, I wanted to do that. Oddly enough, I decided to take a different turn compared to what he did now. But as far as that, but he's definitely proud of what I've done and where I'm going and everything on that end too. But a really big influence as far as the shoe art goes. It's been a lot of different influences as far as like who I've looked at as far as wanting to do this and where I want to go with on that end. But it's been a lot of different artists from your traditionals to your digital arts to even the other shoe artists. There's a lot of people as far as that goes. So, but the main driving one, definitely my brother, hands down, bar none.
Well, as he's continue to draw for those that are just tuning in, as you're seeing, he is doing shoe art of one of the characters from Demon Slayer, the anime Demon Slayer. So for our Demon Slayer fans, yes, you're probably very stoked about seeing this particular one. But as you pursued your field of illustration, what made you decide to go into that field versus other art fields?
Well, it's crazy you even said that because I actually used to do different art stuff. So I'm still kind of new to digital art a little bit, still trying to find my way through that. But as far as I actually used to tattoo, so
oh, wow,
so steady hands and stuff. But like as far as that goes, I used to tattoo. I actually used to specialize in, sorry, in Japanese traditional and in American traditional styles. Sorry. So in my throat, good grief.
Yes,
But
gotta have that water nearby.
yeah, sorry about that. So,
No
but none
problem.
of but yeah, like it's been as far as the influences on that end, like a lot of it really dives back into the tattoo aspect of just knowing how to lay out things and just really being comfortable in how to dive into your own style of what you want to do, if that makes sense.
Yes, very nice.
Right now, I'm putting the bass line. I'm putting the bass tone down, like right now, the bass skin tone. So it's like the lightest of the light skin tone that I'm putting down because I'm actually going to do a whole radiance of like fire right here to help
Ooh.
shadow like what I'm doing with the flames on the hair, and I'm actually going to put another character in the back, crying like tearing up in the background. So I'll probably I
and
made it.
anybody who's watched the series probably know who that person is that tears up.
Yep. So it's gonna be a really nice one. Like my client, he's definitely excited for this pair, definitely. So I'm really
Yes,
excited for this, definitely. So on that end.
very cool.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about like what kind of markers do you use? What's your favorite, go to? What's best when you're working on canvas?
I'm okay. Oh yeah, all right. So that's a really good one because I get that. I probably get that on every Twitch stream that I get. Like every Twitch stream, someone always says, "Hey, what markers do you use?" I use this marker, and I'm gonna be honest. Like when I first started, I did not want to use Copics because
Mm,
they're expensive. So I was
yeah.
like, man, because like when I first saw them, I was like, oh man, Copics. Like when I first got into this, I was like, well, let me see how much it would be for a 72 pack, and I was like, oh my god, $400. I'm like, man, I don't want to spend that. So I was like, well, let me find a cheap alternative. And like, so I ended up actually starting out using uh, off-brand markers. Hands down, never do that ever again. But I will never do that again. I like went and bought like the Amazon off-brand markers, and I was really trying to like make a staple for myself. Like I could do this art too with off-brand markers. No, like Copics, hands down, bar none. Sorry, Copics, hands down, bar none, are the best markers to use. Simply because of how they take to the canvas. You can't do these on you can't do any of this stuff with on leather stuff. Of course, you got to use paint and stuff for that. But Copics, hands down, bar none, the best medium. Not to mention they have like 358 colors. So like,
Yeah.
and I'm actually blessed to be able to have all the colors plus literally all the refills of them. So it's a beautiful thing on that end too.
Yeah, it's definitely, I guess that is truly an example of you get what you pay for.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. I know a lot of artists ask me that. They're like, man, like, would I be able to do this with like, Artezas or, maybe like some other brands? The only ones close to those I would probably say would probably be either Blick Studio Art markers or Shihan Touch markers.
Mm.
And people can always Google those and look those up, but as far as that goes, but those would be the closest alternatives if you didn't want to spend out the pocket. But eventually you would have to. I would say eventually you would have to really start investing in getting Copic markers on that end. So
Okay.
because I unfortunately I had to do it. I had to bite the bullet. I was like, nah. I was like, this isn't going to work because when the markers would empty out, there wouldn't be any refills for them. So I would have to buy the whole marker over again. So I was like, oh man. I was like, so it just made sense for me to go and just get the Copics as far as that goes. It was an investment, but it was definitely something that was worth wanting to get.
Gotcha. Now, of course, you dived into shoe art in 2019 in your bio.
Mhm.
What led you to the medium of canvas shoes to dive into that world?
I'll actually give a shout out to the artist that actually got me into this. Because when I was tattooing, I used to follow him because because he actually is friends with a tattoo artist that I know personally. And they used to tell me all the time, like, man, like this guy, man, he doesn't tattoo, but like his girlfriend tattoos, but like, man, he's like awesome, man. And I'm like, what? So I'm like looking at what he was doing, and I'm like, man, how in the world is he able to do this on shoes, bro? I'm like, what? Like, and his name's Vandermeer Soul. He's actually a really prominent artist in the shoe game here as far as it goes, and hands down, bar none, he was the reason why I even got into doing this.
Mm.
um and been able to network and talk to him, and pick his brain a bit about what worked for him and everything on that end, and just being able to help integrate that into what I do, into that aspect. So that's been a really fun part on that end. He was really the reason why I did it on this, because I was actually gonna do like how everybody else do, get some Angelus paints and just paint on some shoes and go from there. But this makes it, I don't know, it just feels a lot more, what's the word? I guess organic. I guess it just feels more like oomph, like because I kind of feel like, all right, I'm actually putting this on here, and it feels like I'm really laying out the foundation of it, and I just feel like it feels a little more smooth as far as that goes.
Mm.
So, oh man, I forgot that part. I ain't gonna lie, ladies. I usually forget to color ears, but I'm glad that his ears are covered with his hair. Yeah, it never fails. I'm like, oh, I always forget to color the ears for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like,
That's
good
cool.
grief.
Let's see. What's up, Ryan, J-Man, and Larry saying hello, tuning
Hey,
in. Good to see you guys on the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, your brand name, Ichiro Art. What's the story behind that? How'd you decide to pick that name?
well, it was actually so. All right, so it's a funny story. So it's a little funny story. So I was actually talking to someone about a name change for like the past year, and I was like, because originally it was Da Vinci Ink Customs, and I liked the name. I really did love the name. I'm not even gonna lie. I invested hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars of marketing into that, like into Da Vinci Ink Customs. I still have the stuff I need to throw away from it, but I wanted to branch off and actually do something that meant a little bit more other than my name, because I just felt like it was just being. I felt like something with that name with Da Vinci Ink Customs, it was real vain. And I was like, yeah, nah, I just don't want it to be like just my name. Like I want it to mean something that, because of where I'm at, the people around me, they're the ones that help me. Oddly
Right.
enough, I'm watching Bar Rescue, and like and this episode about this kid who, he's trying to take over his mom's business. He's the only son, and the host of the show, he's like, man, you don't want to disappoint your mom and stuff. And I'm like, man, that's a really good idea. I was like, I like that. And then I ended up just Googling, looking up, and oddly enough, Ichiro from who played for the Seattle Mariners, that was his name. And I was like, what does his name mean? And it means first son. And I was like, oh, that is spot on, perfect. I was like, man, that's it right there. And I even told my mom about it. She was like, oh, that's really sweet of you, son. Like, but you could have kept it the same way. I was like, oh wow. I was like, ain't that something? But nonetheless, though, she was really appreciative of it. But that's the main reason, and it just helps me stay more focused and fine tuned to like my family and the people around me are the reason why I'm here. And as far as that goes, it keeps me grounded on that end. So
That's really cool. I love that.
thank you. I know a lot of people used to think, like, when they first saw it, like they thought I was like somebody else. I was like, no, it's the same guy. I was like, same guy. I was like, please, like, because I know some people who watch me on Twitch, they're like, man, I was really about to like block you, man. I didn't even know who you were, bro. I was like, oh man. I was like, no, it's me. Please don't.
You'd be like
So
the artist formerly known as Da Vinci Ink.
I promise you, I was really thinking of doing that. I was like, man, I probably should put that in my bio, like that way people know. Like, I really
Right.
should do that.
Now, of course, you get commissioned to do and brought in to do so many different characters. What is the most popular character you get asked to draw?
Oh,
And what is your favorite character that you like to draw?
my favorite character to draw. Well, first let me put the most hated one. I'll say that is One Piece. I get tired of drawing One Piece so much, but I am so tired of drawing One Piece. I know there's One Piece stands. I know that, I get it.
Hey,
And
One Piece has
it's
been going on for 20 plus years. It will be going on when our
man,
great grandchildren is born. That One
he's
Piece
never
is
gonna
the
find
never
it.
ending anime.
It really is. Like, I was about to say, like, the never ending story. That is the never ending anime. But
Yes,
but
between
no, a lot
that
of
and Dragon Ball.
yeah. Oh God, yes. between that one and let me see, between One Piece and My Hero Academia. My
Mm,
Hero Academia. I it's not hated. I just get tired of drawing it. But recently I've had a really big influx of Demon Slayer because the new season's coming out and stuff.
yes.
But this client, he ordered these a while ago, and just not been able to get a chance to. I actually had to talk him into doing this one because he wanted something totally different. So because I was like, no, I really want to do this because I saw that one episode of the new, well,
Yes.
the prequel to the Mugen
Yes.
Train episode,
Hmm.
and I was like, ooh, this I have a perfect idea, man. And I had to give him a PowerPoint slide because he was real sold on doing like,
Gave him a whole PowerPoint presentation. Like, this is the
yeah.
reason why we should do it like this.
Yeah, I was like, bro, this is gonna be phenomenal, man. I was like, this is gonna be the best pair I've ever done. I'm telling you, I had to oddly enough, I have to tell a lot of my clients, I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna switch this. It's gonna be the best pair, and then they're like, all right, well, I guess, but
Yeah.
but my favorite to do, I would honestly say is Demon Slayer. I really like the show. I really like it.
Okay.
I think that's oddly enough a lot of my Demon Slayer art, and I think it shows. And I don't want to be labeled as the Demon Slayer shoe art guy, but it shows that because I just kind of embody myself into that show because I just really like it a lot. And that's a fault of mine that I really need to work on. I need to do that with every pair, and that's what I'm really still striving for, is that I want to embody myself in each pair. That way, it's easier for me to be able to, like, all right, cool, so. But yes, Demon Slayer hands down. So because this one, I'm saying it now on the show, this will be the best pair I've done, hands
Gotcha.
down.
That's cool. So, like, how long does it take you to do a pair on average? I know
Ooh.
that's like a loaded question because it depends on what people are asking you for, but like, what maybe a range, I guess.
No, that's okay. Let me see. That's a really good question. Because if I no lie, if I didn't save this to do for the show, I probably would have been done with this. I did the line work on this Saturday. I did it on Saturday. I probably would have been done with this by like Sunday night.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but the thing that a lot of people fail to realize is that, like, man, like it's not the time frame of the shoe. It's when do I get to your shoe? That's the wait
Yeah,
period as far as that
that
goes.
is true.
That's
Yeah.
that's the part that I always be like, hey, I just want some. Hey, just need the patience. I got you. Believe me, you're going to get some nice stuff. And oddly enough, a lot of people don't even put them on their feet after that. I'm like, man, you
Of
guys made
course,
so much,
no.
made
Yeah.
such a big drag about it, but now you don't want to wear them. I'm like, that's excellent and that's perfect. I would love it that way because I don't feel like hearing you say you spilled spaghetti on them and they don't
Right.
work. But
No.
I would honestly be upset if they did that. I probably would honestly not friend them anymore. I'd be like, wow, you spilled spaghetti on these? I can't believe you. I'm like, but no, on average, for slip-ons, honestly, for low tops and slip-ons, anywhere between 1 to 3 days.
Okay.
High tops is a different story because I
Yeah.
actually take out the eyelets. I replace them with different eyelets. I take off the
Oh, wow.
stripes.
Oh,
I do the tongues. I do the whole entire shoe. So that
wow.
that takes like a good 2 weeks, on average. Because man, it's that one's a lot as far as that goes.
That's dope.
That's cool. So, what was the most detailed and complex pair of art shoes that you completed?
Let me see. Oh, I wish I had them here. Oh my gosh. But it was the most detailed pair I had to do. It was actually a small, unfortunately, one piece. It was a one piece shoe. I had to draw Kaido in his dragon form on a size, what was it? A 3.5 in boys.
Oh,
And
Oh,
I had to
tiny.
fit, yeah, I had to fit Kaido on that. And when I say I went through probably like 4 pairs of shoes just to get that guy on there, like that was nerve wracking. I was mad. I was mad at myself for a lot because I spent like a good $200, and because when you get up to size 3 and above, they start charging you adult size, and I'm like, oh
Mm.
god,
mm,
I'm like, man, I'm so mad. That was a drown. I intentionally had to put that one off because it was going to take my whole attitude out. But I ended up nailing it though, so I was really happy on that end. So But that was the most detailed because I've never drawn a dragon on a pair of shoes. So that
Wow.
was that was definitely an eye opener and very humbling at the same time.
Yeah, I can imagine a dragon. Whoa,
Mhm.
that's a lot to fit on a shoe.
Exactly,
Yeah.
especially a
Now if it
tiny pair
was
of shoes like that.
yeah, if it was this is a size 10, no 11. This is a size 11. No problem. I would oh yeah, sure, I'll knock that out. But a size 3.5, I was like, oh my gosh, I
Wow.
was mad. And then she was really adamant about having Kaido. I was trying to talk her out of it, and she was like, "Nah, I really wanted it." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "This lady." I was like, "Man," I was like, "Got to give her what she wants." I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
I was like,
You probably
I
was
don't want
looking
to disappoint."
for markers that was like pen size, so you can like draw like.
Yes, I was googling it. I was looking up stuff. I was like, "Man, there's got to be a way for me to nail this without any complications." I was really on it, and I was really upset that I had to really go through that. But but nonetheless though, honestly, it actually made me a better artist because now
Mm.
I understand proportions a lot better
Mm.
as far as
Uh,
that goes. Because I was really because the error was I was drawing the proportion too big. And I
mhm.
was, and you know, instead of really like sitting there and really just taking my time on it, I was really just trying to knock it out. And like, I don't know why it took me four pairs for me to figure that out. But nonetheless, though, I figured it out and decided to say, all right, I need to really like figure out how I'm going to nail this proportion on this without it being like messed up as far as that goes.
Mm.
Oh man. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. I was like, oh well. I was like, well, guys. I was about to do a Bob Ross right there. I was like, well, you know, we have a happy little accident here, but I was like, well, I was like, hey, well, I guess we messed this up here. But no, I didn't. I thought I had this one in the darker one in this. I was like, oh man. But yeah, this is a really fun thing though. Like this is literally all I do on Twitch. Like I'll sit here and like people will get on, they hop on, talk about sports and anime. And people always want to antagonize me about why I don't like Hunter x Hunter so much. Like, you know, I'm like, look, I just think Gon is not a good main character. I don't know. That's just me. Like, I like Killua better. I'm like, but you know, needless to say, the masses will won't agree with that as far as that goes. So, what about y'all? Y'all like Hunter x Hunter or no?
I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter in its completion. Of course, I've seen its predecessor, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, I love it.
Yes,
Favorite,
classic.
hands down, partner.
Yes, I tell people that is like your foundational anime is Yu Yu Hakusho right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have to get into because I know a lot of people say I need to watch I think it's the 2009 version versus the older
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
So I'm gonna when I get a chance sit down and really take that in because I've been like, of course, I'm one of those, especially like with Demon Slayer, I have to wait until like at least 10 episodes have already aired and out
Okay.
before I start watching. So I finished season one and I'm giving it season two a little bit of time to get some more episodes before I start watching season two because I'm one of those, it's like I'm not gonna watch one episode be like, okay, now I gotta wait until next week. This is
Right.
a goal.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah. Believe me, I was like that with Attack on Titan. I was like, when I first saw Attack on Titan, I was really thrown off. But I was like, oh, this is dark. I was like, okay, but and that was 2014, yeah. But
Yes.
then I ended up catching myself. I'm like, hey, I gotta get off the phone, man. I was like, the new episode's coming on. I gotta get off the phone. All right. And it's too suspenseful for me. I can't do it. So I just rather just wait and just binge them all as far as that goes.
Yes.
So, all right, there we go. Okay, cool.
And then of course, Netflix didn't help it much because then they started having like when they premiere a new series or something, they put the whole entire season, so it allows you to binge. But then now they've gotten smart, and it's like, okay, we're gonna only drop, episode at a time kind of thing. And it's like, no, you started the whole binge aspect. You can't flip it now.
Exactly. I was like, you can't turn code on it now as far as that goes. Gotta keep it going as far as that goes on that end. But but yeah, like that's one of those things. Like the cool part about it is you're not missing anything as far as Demon Slayer goes. You're not missing anything right now because it's all they did was break up the Mugen train into
Mm.
episodes, which I'm like,
Yeah,
why
a lot
did
of
y'all
people
do that?
say once you get past episode 7, because I held out from watching the movie yet until
Mhm.
I more of season 2 have gotten out, and then that way after I finish the movie, I can go right to episode 8.
I'm mad at that. Oh my gosh.
It's a method in
Hey,
my madness.
I was about to say, I hear that. Oh my goodness. That's well, hey, I mean, look.
So as you,
I try to give every episode a 5 episode curve. I try.
yeah,
Like I tried to with One Piece. It just didn't work for
yeah.
me. But I take it y'all are fans of One Piece.
Um,
Yeah.
I started
Okay.
watching
Okay.
it, but then I'm one of those. It's like there's got to be an end. I like series that no more than like a few seasons into it. I mean, when you have enough seasons in a series that is old enough to be an adult child,
Yeah, it's time to switch it up. Yeah,
yeah, between them, like I said, between Dragon Ball and One Piece, it's like Dragon Ball's been around and still going since, if you went according to when it first started, you had an adult child by now, and so does One Piece, and they're still going.
Yeah. It's I don't know, it's good and it's bad at the same time. I'm like, man, like it's an testament to like, man, this anime really is that interesting that they can actually keep going. But then at the same time, it's like, bro, like what else can you talk
Yeah,
about? Like
yeah.
like
I'll have to check. I check out. It's usually, which always get me because there's series that they only do one season of it and they never do another season of it, and it's kind of like what the hey. And then you have something like One Piece. It's like it's still going. Can you give a
yeah,
couple of those seasons to this series right
man.
here?
Yeah, there's so many animes that I wish they would just continue. Like Blue Exorcist was really cool. Like and then a few other ones. I'm like, man, I wish I would just y'all probably need to like revamp those and like redo them as far as that goes. And like let's get some extra seasons in Hunter one. But as far as
Mm-hmm.
that goes, like, but nonetheless, though, hey, they go with what's right. So or what's trending at the time. I guess I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
who knows? So let's see. All right. So I got that part. I'm actually going to do the eyeballs now. I usually do the eyes first, but I'll do the eyes for now. I'll do the eyes first. I'll do the eyes now. So, but yeah, literally, this is literally, boom, like how I'd just knock it out just like this. Literally go in. I'm probably gonna go in and actually do some extra darker areas. Like oh crap, I'm gonna grab an extra one and oh sorry, and actually go through here as far as that goes and put some extra darker parts in here on that end. Another reason why I like Copics because they have so many different colors to actually
Mm.
help blend things out as far as that goes. So let me see. Oh man, I don't have the yellow. Where's it at? Oh, I was like, where's my yellow? And I was like, oh, I don't have it. I was looking. I was like, where is it at? I was like, I don't see it. But let me see.
So since you were talking about anime, what is your all-time favorite anime series?
Ooh, well, all time anime series. Hmm. I would have to say Yu Yu Hakusho. I would have to
Mm,
say that. I would say Yu Yu Hakusho. I hate to sound like that guy, but I'm like, but nah, for real though, like I would probably say Yu Yu Hakusho simply because of the story. The story, the character
yes.
development, the whole nine. Like you really don't find too many that are just so well rounded like that, and 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 as far as that goes, like I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with Hunter x Hunter somewhat because the same guy, he's the
Mm-hmm.
author of it. But I don't know, Hunter x Hunter just hits a little different.
Yes.
But I would honestly say, come on, there we go. Okay, I would honestly say between Yu Yu Hakusho and oddly enough, Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Like a lot of people don't even
Yes.
a lot of people don't even know about that one. I'm like, man,
Hmm.
they're like, what's that? I'm like, what's that? I'm like, man, I got to go into a whole
Like
tangent about
you were born in the 90s, weren't you?
it. I'm like, man, you must have came out when One Piece first dropped, huh? I was like, okay, I got you. All right, I understand. It's okay. There's no big deal in that, son. You know, but I gotta give him that lecture. But because some of the other shoe artists, they're like, man, we get it, man. You're old, man. All right, we get it. Okay, we didn't watch Ninja Scroll. Okay, all right,
Like,
but no,
gotta hit the
those were my
classic.
thing. Yeah, like you can't go wrong with the classic, man. Like you really and truly can't. Now, one thing I am doing right here, a lot of people always ask about this, is that bleed. Like, how do you keep it from bleeding? Very light-handed, very
Mm.
very light-handed. A lot of people always ask about that, and they're like, "Man, how do you keep it from bleeding?" I'm like, "Dude, I am super light-handed, and I let it dry, and then I go back in with color pencils and stuff." So, as far as that
Very
goes,
cool.
but let me see. Oh, let me see here. I'm gonna use this Posca pen to illuminate this.
So,
Oh,
have you had any like celebrities commission a pair of shoes from you yet? And who
yeah.
would you like to get to commission a pair of shoes from you?
Oh man. Let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I can even explain. Oh yeah. Hold on. Can I?
It's like, let me check the NDA.
Yeah. I was like, I was like, can I? Can I? I was like, all right. I guess I can. That's fine. No, she's fine with it. She's a huge anime fan. But no, I've done a couple of pairs. I've done a pair for Black from Puma from Black Ink Crew.
Okay.
I did a Rick and Morty pair for him. I missed that pair. I really like that pair. I had no idea what I was doing on that shoe, and I just made up a whole entire scene for that. But I did a pair for him. I did a pair for Donna from Black Ink Crew, um, and I actually have a pair to do for Megan Thee Stallion. Actually,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I'm actually going to be doing Todoroki Tina. Actually, so I'm actually going to be doing
Ah,
Todoroki, drawing of her as Todoroki on the shoes.
nice. Oh, that's gonna be hot.
Yeah. So, um, as far as the other guy, I cannot disclose that. But
Yeah, right now the NDA is still in effect.
yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's. I was like, can I? And then I literally just saw the text message from my talent agent. He's like, please do not disclose that. I was like, all right, I won't. So
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
that's why I
I'm
was
not gonna say
like,
it.
we understand the NDAs. You
Yeah.
gotta, you can't talk about it until after the project is done and NDA is completed.
Yeah, it's a couple of them now. Who I would really like, I mean, minus one to do it with Megan Thee Stallion. Um, Someone that I really will want is I'd want to do a pair for the voice of Goku
Yes.
and the voice of he did the voice of Kuwabara, but in the voice of Vegeta, I want to do a pair for them.
Yes.
Like I
Chris
feel like that'd be a highlight.
Sabbath. Yes,
Yeah,
he was at Ranger Stop and Pop in August. He was there.
what? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh man, I would have whipped up a pair in like 3 hours.
Oh, he would have loved it. He would have loved it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, man, that's just
Yeah, I'll
I
definitely
knew
let you know when he is set for anything coming up soon, so that way you can definitely be there for it.
I need to. Oh my gosh, man,
Because between
that'd be
him
awesome.
and Dante Bosco, they're big fans of like fans and stuff drawing or creating stuff with their characters on it.
Oh wow. I will take a mental note of that.
Yeah.
But I also did a pair. I did a pair for Billy Kametz. He's the voice of Naofumi
Mm-hmm.
from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I actually met him at SessionCon, and he was
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah, he was like, oh wow, man, like man, I love these, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, at the time, I did not know who he was. My sister knew, and
Okay.
she was like, you don't know who that is? I was like, no. I was like,
It's
who
like,
is he? I was like, I never
sorry.
saw. I was like, I don't know what show that is. She's like, you gotta watch it, and I was like, what? And so she went over there and talked to him. She's like my low key marketing person when I go to when we go to art events because
Okay.
oddly enough, I always look like the security and she looks like the artist. So
Okay.
and I'm the one back there doing the art and stuff. And they're like, "So is he like your help?" I'm like, "I'm the artist." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, oh, "Gosh," I'm like, "This is a fail." But so I just have her go talk to people, and then if people come up and talk to me, then I talk to them. But other than that, but she went up and talked to him, and actually really helped me because between him and a couple other voice actors really helped me kind of want to get into voice acting actually. So been taking some classes, been investing, taking some voice acting classes. So hopefully I can do a couple of video game cameos or something. So
There you go.
it's been pretty cool. So
Awesome.
man, I really like how this came out. Just sitting
Yes,
here
it's
talking to
coming
y'all,
out
and I'm
really
like, man,
nice.
man, I like this a lot. I'm like, man, this is looking really
I
good.
love it when
But
I hear artists that work on themselves, which, you know, hearing it from you, another artist that is watching right now, Ryan, when they get that response is like, "Ooh, I really like this." It's like, okay, if the artist is getting excited about the own piece, then I'm getting excited even more.
yeah, I'm like, man, this is actually looking really good. Because I had one way of wanting to do this, and then like now, and I'm like, well, no, I'm just gonna go a different route with it. So, but I'm still gonna do the whole flame thing as far as the whole flame effects. I might do that later though. I'm gonna have to do it later though.
Yeah.
But actually doing the actual line work and everything, doing this is spot on right here though, as far as that goes. So,
Very cool. So,
but I yeah.
what upcoming cons or events that members of the audience can see you at? I
Oh
mean, I
man.
know con season is coming to an end, and there, cons for 2022 are coming up, but there's still a few cons for the winter time frame. Are you that do you have any of them planned for that you'll be in attendance as a vendor or a guest at?
That's a good question. I excuse me, I'm sorry. I took this whole year to actually get my artwork better. And I was going to make my debut to cons at AWA. Totally forgot I had a table there.
Oh,
And I was so upset about that because I was like, well, man, I ain't gonna go. I ain't get a table. And the next thing I get an email like 2 days before. I'm like, I do not have any demo shoes for this event. I was like, I was not. I'm like, oh man. They're like, we'll have to give up your table. I'm like, yeah, sure, it's fine.
okay.
But no, like next year though, I will be going to. I'm gonna be making my way because I can do a lot of this there. And where people can
Yeah.
see it, and um, and it's not necessarily me trying to go there to make any sales. It's really just more so the exposure for me. So that's how I
Mm-hmm.
look at it. Um, if I get a commission out of it, that's great. If not, I'm able to connect with people that didn't know who I was in that region. So that's even
Yeah.
better. So, but yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. I'm gonna try to get on a panel and probably talk about anime and art and everything too.
Okay.
Hopefully with MomoCon,
Yes.
and that'd be really great as
Because I know
far as like,
MomoCon is doing Winterfest this year in December, and then because they didn't do a con this year, and then they have the full MomoCon in May, and then Ranger Stop and Pop will be in June, back to their June date this year
okay,
for next year. So
okay.
that'll be another good one, and then of course you got uh, AWA in on Halloween weekend.
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna go ahead and get the table for that one whenever they open up the applications for that one. I had to hop on the early bird tickets for those because I was like, yeah, I'm not missing this now. So, but
Yeah.
I'll probably just give those tickets to I'll probably give those tickets to my sister or something like that as far as that goes. But
Okay.
because when you're in the artist alley, they give you badges and stuff as far as that goes.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I'm probably going to do that as far as that goes. And I know I want to go to Crunchyroll Expo if they still have it in San Diego.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
still want to do that. I want to do BlurCon. I really and truly do want to do BlurCon. I want to do that one in DC, and
DreamCon in Dallas.
I definitely want to do DreamCon in Dallas. I want to meet the guys, man. They're actually really cool. RDC, and I want to meet them. So I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty hyped. But I know in February I have one that's already set. It's Love Over Losers Con. convention in
Okay.
Jacksonville. It's a 2-day convention, so it's I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna be there for one day, showing off the nice anime art and all that good jazz as far as that goes. So
All right, cool. Yeah, hopefully they'll have AWA should be open up for vendors, but it's usually around December, January timeframe. So hopefully around January you'll be seeing it that you can grab your booth and everything.
I'm gonna hope so. I'm gonna hope so. I need to get on that. I missed out. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
I definitely missed out. I was so mad.
Because I think they're still taking people for Winterfest. Now I know Winterfest they're going to have Steve Bloom, which is another person that loves his
Oh,
stuff.
seriously?
So yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
I
be at
was like,
Winterfest in December.
oh wow, yeah, Spike.
Yeah, so
Okay.
go to MomoCon's website and you'll see a little thing in the tab for Winterfest, and you'll see the information how you can sign up to be a vendor and stuff for Winterfest. So yeah, Steve Bloom will be there, and several others will be there. But yeah, especially Steve Bloom, and he'll be there. So he'll get especially if you do this character right here,
Oh
he'll get a
man,
kick out of it.
yeah, for real. That's gonna be really awesome, man. I got all right. Well, see now I got to figure out something for the demos as far as that goes. Oh
Yeah,
man.
because let's see, Winterfest is December 18th, 19th weekend.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So you
18,
got
19.
you
I
got
got a little bit.
a month and a week to prepare. So yeah,
How about
definitely
that?
check to see if there's any tables still available, and grab a table or to be able to attend there.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely do that. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I could do that. That's fine. I can work on my commissions while I'm at the table. It's no big deal. No biggie on that one.
Yes, that is a canvas shoe. He does. For those that are just joining in, yes, he does canvas art, and also people commission him from various celebrity stuff, and he makes canvas shoes from low tops to high tops, everything. So yes, you are actually seeing him working on a pair right now, as he of a commission that he has going on right now.
I really want to keep this one, honestly, but
Yeah, you definitely got to take a lot of video pictures of the finished product so you can have it later on.
I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna tell him like, oh man, like I hope he's not watching. But I'm like, man, something happened, man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to remake them or something. I don't know. Like, and then next, he'll see it like on my dresser because I'm actually gonna I'm gonna get a stand, like a kind of a glass case, and put like some of my favorite pairs and some pairs I commissioned from some other artists in there, and then he'll mess around and see it on my Twitch stream or something, or IG live. Like, man, isn't that the Rengoku pair? Oh, what? Like, man, what? Like, come on, man,
Oh,
that's
it
not
looks
it.
so similar, but so different.
It's so different, dude. Like this one literally is 4 sizes smaller than what you're talking about. Like, this is 4 sizes smaller.
Wow, it is coming together really nicely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I really try. I'm telling you, it's been. I can tell you right now, like from 2019 up until now, like it's a night and day difference. Like before, I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Let me just figure this thing out, and we'll just go from there. But like now, literally, I have like a whole process that I go through as far as what colors I want to go with, how I want to change the tones of it, and what do I want, what new do I want to put onto this as far as that goes. So that's the cool part about that.
So for people who want to get a pair, how do they commission you?
They don't. No, just playing. No. No. But no. Honestly, the best way to do is to actually reach me through either Instagram, which would be Ichiro Ink, or they can go to ichiroink.com. Literally, oddly enough, when you go to my website, it forces you to actually do it because I made it that way, because that way people don't have to navigate around. But it pulls up the custom shoe inquiry for people, and you can put your shoe size, what the whole thing as far as it goes, like what type of shoe you want, and in the description and everything on that end. So you can do that without having to worry about, well, do you do Air Forces? No, I just do Vans, like as far as that goes. But that'd be the easiest way. And then I check my emails. I tried to check my emails once a day, as far as that goes. Because some people actually kind of got on me about that. They're like, man, you need to check your email. I sent you something. And I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. I was like, dude, when you get in Bob Ross mode, it just,
Bob Ross.
you just keep forgetting about stuff. Like literally, like I'm pretty sure I'm thankful I put my phone on do not disturb, because I know people have probably been texting me right now, like, man, did you get my email? I'm like, no, I didn't, because it's Christmas time and I already told people no. So
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not doing Christmas orders right now. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to be treated like a retail store. So
yeah. Well, we already saw, like, before everyone joined, he has this huge pile of shoes of commissions that he has. So it's like, yeah, it literally has taken over a whole area of his room of just shoe boxes.
girl, I'm telling you, look, but see, that's the cool part. Like, like I explained earlier, and that's the secret to it is one, because I know, because a couple of shoe artists were like, man, I can't wait for you to get on here. I want to hear this. So I'm gonna release the secret sauce here about it if they're watching. Is the secret to actually continuing to actually stay in business is to have work. And by having work, staying open. A lot of people will be like, oh, I only want to take in like 2 commissions. But see, the problem is when you take in those 2 commissions, you slow down. So for me personally, I'm able to post on multiple social medias. I just don't go on IG. I post on Instagram. I probably post my artwork on 7 to 10, 12 different Facebook groups, not to mention my personal Facebook group, Twitter, Reddit, even on LinkedIn, which got me a couple of the NDA gigs as far as that goes. But just continually to have that, because now me being able to do it full time, I have a wall, like a wait list. Every time I post, I get at least 2 to 3 commissions. So that keeps me employed. That keeps me having to continually be able to do what I do on the regular. They all, like, everybody always wants to know how I do it. That is how I do it. Like, it's just, now, is it overwhelming? Nah, not really. Like I told you, I did look at it 1 month and I was like, man, I can't believe this. But it was more like a level of gratitude than it was like overwhelming, as far as that goes. So I was just more happy to the fact that, man, I'm in the position that I'm in to be able to do this. But also at the same time, it's like, man, I need to step it up a little bit, and actually knock out this wall a little bit more. So I have more time to do other collaborations and stuff. So
Yeah. So you were mentioning, Twitch and other places that you are live on. Where can you tell us where people in the audience can watch you live when you're doing demos or when you're talking to people within social media? Where can they watch you live?
The best place, honestly, to watch me live is on Twitch. I've kind of started to figure out a groove on that end. As far as that goes, it's twitch.tv/Ichiro Ink. But as far as that goes, that's the easiest thing, because literally this is all I do on there. Like, I do that. I'm going to start incorporating some other stuff on there too. Like, I don't know, I'll probably do like an anime editorial or something. I don't know, but nonetheless, though, just stuff to be able to switch it up, and for people to, if they want to pick my brain about stuff, or if they want to, just kick back and talk, playing some cool music, just listening, chit chatting, doing some art. A lot of my art friends, they get on, we just listen to music and just kind of vibe out, and just just really just listening to each other, just kind of going back and forth about different ideas and stuff on that end. As far as that goes, I want to line this in black, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But that'd be the best place. I occasionally get on IG Live to funnel more people to go to my Twitch. I'm like, nah, just go to my Twitch. Like, if you want more, just go to my Twitch. But because the whole subscribe the sub thing. But as far as that goes, but I do want to get on IG Live a little bit more, interact with some more people. So that's another form as well too.
Okay, awesome. And when are you live? Is it a certain day of the week or anything that people can catch you live?
It's spontaneous, but
Okay.
I do honestly, and
So
that's
just
probably just
basically follow and hit for notifications so they can
yes.
know when you go live.
Because I ain't gonna lie, it could go anywhere between 5 o'clock to I may wake up from a nap in like 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning and be like, you know what, let's start streaming and work on something. I'll be on from like 3 a.m. or something like that. So it all depends. And then unfortunately that's just uh the the art mindset of where I'm at right now is like, hey, if I'm in the mode, and if I feel like recording it and streaming it, then hey, but generally I've gotten better at being more disciplined and streaming anywhere between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
Okay,
I've that's usually when you can catch me. So
gotcha. Okay. Well, we are starting to get to the top of the hour.
mhm.
Uh, and I know even though everybody, you got to see a little bit, but he's going to definitely finish it up. So definitely follow
Yeah.
him on his Twitch, as you saw in the messages, but also IG and Twitter to kind of keep updated on the things he's doing, to reach out for possible commission, and definitely be on the lookout for his name at upcoming cons in Atlanta. And hopefully you'll see him at DreamCon, BlurCon, and some other upcoming cons coming up uh, to your local town over the next year.
Oh yeah.
Um, any other little things you want to tell? Anything you want to tell the audience of upcoming projects or anything to be on the lookout for you, with you partnered up with, or anything coming down the pike?
Um No, but but as far as like no,
NDA.
no, NDA. But no, no. Honestly though, I am trying to work with a couple of other shoe artists to come out with a digital shoe art magazine actually. So
Oh,
that's actually
nice.
something definitely that we're going to be doing where we're going to be featuring editorials and stuff that. As far as that goes, and trying to work with some other people on that end, as far as bigger names to be able to make that happen and maybe possibly throwing it out there, possibly a reality show to be able to do
Oh,
like a competition kind of thing. So
Oh,
yes, that would be very
hopefully,
cool.
but
yeah.
then you got to worry about the names. So that's the biggest
Exactly.
thing. Maybe we had to blur them out or something. I
Sponsorship.
don't know.
Come on, sponsor.
I'm telling you. So that'd be really cool. Something like kind of like Sneaker Wars, but like more like
Mm-hmm.
for like this. So that'd be really
Yeah.
cool on that end to see how that would pan out for some people and everything. So
Now I have to ask, because you
mhm,
mentioned about doing that. Like,
mhm.
of course, seeing you're one of the few BIPOC uh, canvas art creators that I have seen. Are there? Do you get to interact with a lot of BIPOC people of the BIPOC community that is in that field, or are you few and far between?
Man, it's few and far between. Um,
Mm.
but I will say this, as far as that goes, because I definitely hit on that. I hit on that subject actually on a Twitch stream a few months ago. But the biggest thing that I can honestly say that we all can take from that is being able to learn from each other instead of the whole you're doing better. I don't like that. I'm not going to associate you thing. That's really bad in the community, in any community, unfortunately, for that matter. But I think the biggest thing that we all could probably learn from is just being able to understand that we all come from different walks of life, but we're all
Yeah.
walking in the same direction and trying to get the same thing. And I hate to be cliche, but there's so much more money out there when we all can do it together than doing it separately. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing that I've always seen. Now, there are some artists that I rock with that are part of the BIPOC community that, hey, they do their thing, and we all spread love and share advice and ideas with each other and stuff. So, like there's a guy, Color Me Fresh, really great guy. As far as that goes, he does dunks and Jordans and stuff like that. So he's
Oh.
that's the guy I always send over for that stuff as far as that goes. But he's a really great guy on that end. So there's so many more, but we do need to come together as far as the art content creator community should be more as far as that goes. That's one thing I have seen that should be more of.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting at the top of the hour. We would like to thank Leo for joining us on today's episode. Please definitely follow him on his platforms on Facebook, IG, and on Twitch to keep in touch. And then also to reach out to him about any commissions you are interested in, but definitely keep in touch with him about upcoming cons and events that he'll be a part of. So you can definitely meet him in person, talk with him, and get to know the man behind the shoes. So
Thank
with
you.
that, Moana, you have any closing words before we end?
I just wanted to say thank you again, Leo. That was a lot of fun. It's always a treat when we get to see, like our guests be able to apply the skills that they have and,
Thank you.
Get to experience your art and your perspective. So
Thank
really
you.
excited about that. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Thank you for definitely doing the demo and squeezing in some time to talk with us and everybody to learn a little bit more about you and see what you can do.
Thank you. It's been a true pleasure. This is one of my first interviews, so I was a little nervous. So
Moana knew you first.
So this was actually really fun. This was real fun though. So
nice.
All right.
Nice.
So anybody planning to interview him, you got to be up to this standard or better. Okay, that's all I got to say.
That's right, guys. So if you enjoyed this, please hit the share button, subscribe to Leo on his social media platforms, subscribe to the Moana Nui podcast, and tune in about a half an hour. We got another show coming up for you. It's a panel tonight, and we are going to honor our veterans for Veterans Day. So stick around, come on back, and let's talk to some of our real life heroes, our veterans.
All right, everyone. See you in 30 minutes. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then. When they annexed Hawaii and called it cedar lands, without any type of payment and no signing off, called themselves a republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, yeah.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No regard for all the locals. School never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. We will.
So if you put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course. Cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No regard for all the locals. School never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. We will.